back, everybody, to another segment of 120 Seconds. As always, I'm Stockwell. I was away for a couple weeks. I appreciate it if you missed me. This time around, I'm reviewing the HooliganZ X&Tito. So the HooliganZ, formerly Fams and the HooliganZ, are a group that, they kind of range all over the place in their sound. It's trap metal, it's trap, it's horrorcore, it's sometimes a little bit of reggae, sometimes a little bit of like dark wave techno-y stuff. So they really do a lot of different sounds as the HooliganZ. And I feel like X&Tito are more of like support roles, to Fams, who's kind of the front man of the HooliganZ. This is them two kind of coming into their own and playing to their specific sounds or their specific strengths. The opener, which is called Won't Let Me In, is kind of Mayday-ish. Like, Tito, I know, previously sang in a reggae band, so he's got kind of the sing-songy, recognized-like delivery. It doesn't sound like recognized, but I'm just trying to compare it to something you might know. And X-Man kind of comes in with the more straightforward hip-hop delivery like Burns would do. So again, he doesn't sound like Burns, but I'm just trying to give you an idea on what that sounds like. It's a super solid song. The next track, it's more of like a classic Southern hip-hop sort of vibe. If you were to take like Ritz's older stuff and Yellow Wolf's older stuff, like Trunk music from Yellow Wolf, like that old stuff, and maybe even a little bit like Cash Money-ish, right? So it's a pretty grimy Southern hip-hop track. And again, that one's also pretty solid. So I'm not going to go track by track, but my point is that, like, kind of similar to what I was saying about the HooliganZ, and that it's kind of all over the place. I'd say that it's less all over the place, but still pretty diverse, right? But again, I think it's more of a cohesive sound that's more hip-hop / reggae driven. And again, I think it plays to X-Man and Tito's personal strengths. If I were to say, what does it sound like? I think if you took Mayday and Ritz and Yella, and then maybe mixed it with like Eazy-E and Ill Bill, right? I know that those, groups don't necessarily sound like each other, but if you were to kind of throw them together, I think it would sound a lot like this album. I dig it. It's super solid. It's just a couple skippers for me, mostly due to hooks that I don't like, or maybe just a sound that I don't like. Other go-to tracks besides the ones I mentioned are Carry On, Evil Little Pills, and Life. So X&Tito of the HooliganZ put out this album as part of the HooliganZ. It's just called X&Tito. There's a couple of guests on here to include Fams. Everything's all good. There's no drama there. They just did this little thing on their own. And again, I think it's super solid. You should check it out. Until next time, thanks, everybody.
They gonna love us for life.
Yeah, I don't go there.
Right.
I don't fuck with them anymore. I used to like them, but I don't fuck with them.